Assalamu alaikum, family. Peace be unto you. Welcome to the Sajdah channel where we talk about life, love, and business. Look, don't let nobody talk you down off of your high vibration. Don't get negotiated out of your position. We're going to talk about it this morning on the Sajdah channel, right here on the Sajdah Morning Coffee Talk. I got me some coffee here. I actually got to go heat it up during these commercials because I've been sitting here meditating and I let it get a little cold. All right. So I'll be right back in a couple minutes and we'll see you all. Tell a friend.
O Allah, guide me among those whom Thou hast guided aright, and preserve me among those whom Thou hast preserved, and befriend me among those whom Thou hast befriended. Bless me in whatsoever Thou dost grant me, and deliver me from the evil of what Thou hast judged. Surely Thou judgest, and none can judge against Thee, and he whom Thou befriendest is not disgraced. Blessed art Thou, O Lord, and exalted be Thee above what they set up besides Thee. I bear witness, nothing deserved to be served besides Thee, and I bear witness that Muhammad is Thy servant and apostle. Amen.
The Honorable Elijah Muhammad, who in my judgment is the master historian, taught us that of all our studies, history is the most attractive, and it is best qualified to reward the researcher. History is most attractive. Why should history be most attractive? Because history is the recorded time of the human family in its struggle to overcome obstacles. There is no life that is without struggle. The Holy Quran teaches us that man, meaning man and woman, is made to face difficulties. And after difficulty comes ease. But it is history that guides us through difficulty. For if you know how people who had difficulty yesterday got through, and if your difficulty is somewhat similar, then today we also can get through if we follow the guidance of history. This is why Carter G. Woodson and many of our black giants fought for black people to know our history. Because in not knowing our history, we don't have a guide. And without a guide, we are lost. No wonder the Bible...
Assalamu alaikum, family. Peace be unto you. Sorry that was a little longer. I had to go refresh my cup. Welcome, welcome, welcome. You're tuned into the Sajdah channel. I am your host, Sajdah Wendy Muhammad, and I'm so excited to talk to you today. Show y'all my blinged out commemorative Elijah coin sweatshirt. Y'all see that? Let me sit back so y'all can check it out. Yeah, use this QR code right here. Okay. Um, get the shirt. When you get the shirt, I'm going to throw in a couple of samples of the Sajdah oud oil. You're going to get a sample of that. So you get to check it out. Yeah, girl, it's blingy. It's got some crystals on it. It's got white, silver, and black crystals on it. I actually made a commercial, but I was so busy meditating that you may have seen it on Facebook or Instagram. I was going to show it this morning, but that's okay. We'll get to it. But supplies are limited, so get it now. And guess what? They make great Savior's Day gifts. Great, great, great Savior's Day gifts. You got to get one. So welcome everyone. Welcome. I see you, Brother Lamont. He says, good morning. Wa alaikum salam. Happy Saturday, Mother. I see you. Regional Sky Girl is with us. She says, Assalamu alaikum, family. She prays that everyone's well. Brother Lamont said it's beautiful. I'm glad you like it, Brother Lamont. I hope you get one. Mom says she loves the shirt. Yes, yes, and yes. Well, Mom, you know you're getting one. So you already got your oud oil, so you know you're getting one. So we'll send you one, get you one packaged up. I got some really cool like Sajdah House tissue paper, and we're just gonna package them up real cute. This is something that's been on my mind, and it's come to me 1, 2, 3 times this week. And it's not the first time it's come to me, but it's come to me this week to discuss it with you, family. Don't let anyone or anything negotiate you off of your high vibration. Don't let any circumstance, I don't care if you have a little disappointment. You know what's so interesting about God? Because the energy of God, of source, of the universe is so quantum that it has knowledge of time, space, quality, circumstances, and can incorporate all of that in its decision to bless us with whatever we want or don't want. So sometimes, there's been so many times where I've been working on something and I want it to happen like right now, right away, instantly, blah, blah, blah. And then God said, nope. We're going to delay this because I got something better. Or we're going to delay it because there's some danger up ahead. Or we're going to delay it because I got to develop you a little bit more so that you won't do the thing that I didn't want you to do with it. Or you'll do what I want you to do with it. Okay? And so a circumstance can negotiate us off of our high vibration. And when that happens to me, I start to go deep and examine why I wanted something, what I would have done the moment it was finished or the moment that I got it. Was I in my ego? Was I in my head? Was I, just all of that. And then I try to make sure that I go deeper into a space of love and gratitude and ride that high vibration right on through what could be considered a disappointment that could bump me down a couple of notches. There's other things that can take us off of our high vibrational space, like other people. So sometimes you might be so high vibrational, you might be filled with so much love, you might be so beautiful, you just might be vibrating so high that somebody who doesn't like you gets mad, or somebody who's upset because you survived their attacks against you may say, you know what? I got to take him down off of that high horse. I got to take her down off of that high horse. I got to get them down off of that. And so when they see you riding high and loving and living, not living life, they'll come and use whatever power, authority, or influence that they have to knock you down a notch. See, all this is devilish type of behavior. So you may have been somebody, and people may know your skeletons. They may know what you've been through. They may know that your life situation ain't all the way right. They may have had to help you. They may know some stuff that's going on around you that you don't know nothing about. But yet they see you vibrating way up here. They like, she shouldn't be vibrating right up there because she don't even know what's around the corner. She shouldn't be vibrating right up there because she don't know what her man is doing. He shouldn't be vibrating right there because he don't know he married the devil. Or you shouldn't be vibrating right there because we've been plotting against you the whole time. So they don't want, because they know in their nature, the devil in them tells them that if you keep vibrating high, you're going to escape whatever plot they have against you. And it's almost like a slap in the face to them and their devilish and slanderous friends to see you vibrating so high. Always something. Always something. Yeah, she loved this or that, but they don't love her, or we don't love her. I remember when I first acquired the former home of the Honorable Elijah Muhammad House, and we went to the city council. No, we weren't even at the city council. We had been trying to reach out to the alderman just to have a conversation, and she wasn't returning our phone calls and was saying a lot of little slick stuff out here into the community about me. And I don't even know the lady. And and then somebody can, and then this is the thing. See, when you put all this nastiness and devilishment out there into the universe, and I don't know if she really actually said this part or not, but because she created the environment, the petri dish where other people felt like, yeah, okay, let's take her down. She said, well, I see she trying to do this house. What's she going to do when Farrakhan shut her down? I laughed. I said, that is so hilarious. I couldn't even speak on it. And I knew that it was an attempt to negotiate me down off of my vibration. The minister's my father. He's not going to tell me don't uplift his father, our father. It's not going to happen. And I already knew where his mind was on it, because at the time we were talking very, very regularly about it. And I just know his vibration. I know he didn't say that. I wasn't going to be negotiated off of him. And then I said, oh, okay. I said, tell her, or whoever said it, to bring the person to me who said it and have them tell me in my face. And they said, well, she said that she knows high-ranking officials in the Nation of Islam. Oh, okay. Again. So what you're saying to me is that somebody in my family is plotting with you against me. Bring them. Of course, she never brought them. Of course, it never was true. She said she didn't say it and all this other stuff. And even if she didn't say it, she created the environment and didn't know the powder keg that she was creating. My point being is that those types of things and those tactics are tactics that are used to negotiate you off of your high vibration. So we have to be just as strategic about staying in our high vibration as we are at winning and defeating and manifesting and all of that stuff. You may go to work and you may have a boss who's like, I don't know why she always happy. I don't know why he ain't affected. I be lying on her. I done plotted. I done did all kind of stuff. But she still come in here like she loves somebody. Or I caught her talking nicely about the boss, but I had just gone to the boss and slandered her. She has no idea who she thinks she is, being operating at a high vibration, because they know that if you stay in a high vibration, you will defeat them any and every time. Any and every time. I find it so interesting how the higher you go up, the more people lie, more people make up stuff, the more people incentivize and come up with all kind of things. The minister says you don't judge a man by his friends, you judge him by his enemies. And I'm sure the same is for women as well. So don't let a circumstance, a situation, because sometimes our desires and our needs are lower than God. Much lower. I remember when I built a house in Maryland, and I was telling my business partner about it, and I said, I want to take you over there so you can see the plans and you can see the layout, and I'm looking at my perspective of myself and then my perspective of how he saw me. And so we went there, and at that time, there were three models of this particular subdivision available. They later got others, but at that time, I was like the third house that went over there, and there were three models available. There was a big model that was somewhere around 8,000 plus square feet. And they all were like corner lots. And then there was a middle model that was somewhere around 6,000. And then there was a smaller that was somewhere around 3,500. And so when we walked up and they kind of had it mapped out, he immediately walked to the big one that was 8,000 square feet. And I said, where are you going? I'm over here. And he was like, why would you pick that one? Why wouldn't you get this one? This suits you. And I said, well, I made up an excuse. I said, well, to get the one for 8,000 square feet, it's going to take a little bit more time and blah, blah, blah. He was like, so? He was like, you be around the office collapsing time. And I was like, man, okay. And then I said, it's a little bit more money. He was like, you be making money, girl. And I had already contracted for the middle one, which was like 6,000 square feet. And I just remember the disappointment on his face when we got back in the car. He wasn't feeling it. And I said, what, you don't like it? He said, no, I mean, it's nice. He said, I just feel like that other one is you. And so it said something to me about the power of having someone push you to a higher vibration. And any of you all know, my friends, I'm always doing that. I don't know one service provider, anybody that's done something for me on a long-term basis where I haven't pushed them to expand their business. There was a woman who used to do my lashes in DC. She actually was an Asian woman, and she was going through a bunch of stuff. She was inside of this mall, and I encouraged her to get her own space and to move. And next thing you know, she had 2 lash studios. And then I went from her to this other sister. No, then there was a sister within her business, and who was the only Black girl there. Of course, they started giving her to me, and I was like, "Girl, you cold." I said, "You need your own space." And they was, treating her a certain way. Plus, her money was being pinched off because she was in this, the way they were scheduling and stuff. She ended up getting her own place. My hairdressers, I mean, you name it. If you're around me, I'm gonna be pushing you to get something more, go to that next level and go higher. So for me to be in that position where my business partner did it to me, I got an opportunity to really see what it felt like. Like no fear, no like, whoa, you gotta worry, you gotta be careful, look out. It's just like, girl, what you doing? This is you right here. Right? So I mean, we would go travel on missions and go check into the hotel, and he'd be like, I'm with her, so put me on whatever floor she in, because I know you got her in the presidential suite. So we would always laugh, because sometimes I remember one time I was they checked into their room. He and another guy we were on a hospital mission with, and I think I went to the restroom or something. And when I came up to the counter and I said, "Oh," and I'm thinking for security reasons, I said, "Can you put me on the same floor as them?" And the guy who was checking us in, he said, "You don't want to be on the same floor as them." And then I remember Jeff saying, I told y'all. And the man was like, "No, you on 19, you got this and this and this." And I was like, "Oh," I think they were on like 11. We went up there. They dropped their bags off. They said, "We walking you to your room because we got to see what you got." And they just looked around like, and this was in New York. This wasn't even in another country. But my point being is, you want people around you who are pushing you to that next vibration, pushing you to be better, pushing you to be higher. People who are not going to let you wallow in negativity. People who are not going to let you feed on stuff that's lowering your vibration. People who are going to say, "Hey, you know what? I walk away before I let you do that." Don't let other people, don't let circumstances, don't let situations plummet you, because it's just a test. It's really a test from God, because he wants to see. Think about God. I've been pouring all this love, this blessing, these elevated situations into this brother or into this sister, and let me see if they see who they are. See, the goal is to love yourself the way Allah loves you. But a lot of times we don't. We still want the hamburger or the cheeseburger, and he's trying to elevate us up into a really nice halal meal. um, if you like steak, you can say into a steak dinner, but I think y'all get the point. Let me know if you have any questions in the chat. But the idea is not to don't flunk the test. Disappointment is a test. It's in our study guides. Disappointment is a test. Don't allow yourself to be disappointed and then you go into a sunken place. You start hating on folks. How many people get disappointed and immediately ain't nobody, this person ain't shit, that person ain't shit, they don't want to help me, they don't love me, they don't care about this. This is what happens when you are being tested on whether or not your high vibrational living is real or not. Because when you think and live and operate on a high vibration, your vibration makes stuff happen. Sometimes the timing is something that you might not be able to see. So you work on that. I was talking to somebody the other day, and they were telling me how somebody came up to them and almost threatened them for having a high vibration. Like, look, if we going out here feeding the homeless, you can't be acting all happy-go-lucky and everything. They in a serious situation because they know that you coming into that charitable situation with a high vibration is healing people. It's going to help people. It's going to take care of people. You got to ride high and transcend all that bullshit. That ain't got nothing to do with you. I talked to somebody yesterday, and he's an older Jewish man. And we're working on a couple of things together. And he said to me, he said, Wendy, I apologize, but I haven't done any work since the election got underway or started to really elevate or ramp up. And I was like, really? And then he said, no. He said, it's just so negative and so depressing that I can't do anything else. And I said, it's interesting because when we first started this project, you were operating on such a high vibrational level that it was actually very inspirational. And I said, is the election what happened? And he said, yes. He said, the war in the Middle East, but primarily the election. And I said, well, I certainly can understand extending and having empathy. But help me understand how the election process is depressing you to the point where it is paralyzing you and not allowing you to do any work. He said he was gaining weight. He said he had went away a little bit to try to take a little vacation just to kind of get his mind off of it, but he just couldn't do it. And he said, I'm not a follower of the Honorable Elijah Muhammad. He said, but when he says that we live in a wicked world, he said, it just hit me all of a sudden that we really do live in a wicked world. I said, okay, let's deal with that. We live in a wicked world. We live in a wicked world, not saying that you are wicked. You don't have to be wicked. I'm not wicked. I don't have to be wicked. I just need to have access to the tools and the circles and the people who are functioning on a high vibration so that I cocoon myself, and pretty soon it becomes like a snowball effect, and we affect the wicked world that we live in. There's always hope with God. We never become so hopeless that in that hopelessness, we turn to wicked ways. In that disappointment, we turn to wicked ways. And he says, well, no, I'm not turning to wicked ways. I'm just depressed. I'm not doing anything. I said, that's a wicked way. Because depression means you've lost hope. You are losing faith. You are feeling so sad. You got to find that kernel of hope. You have to find God all up in this. Sometimes God has to shake some stuff up in order for it to be good when he pours it out at the end. You know how they shake up the drink like that with the ice? What do you think the ice and the drink and all that is going through? What you think all them vegetables is going through when they go in the blender and they getting chopped up and churned up, and then you got the ice in there crushing it, and that's hurting them. But when it pours out, you got this smooth, nice, creamy, frothy drink. That's how we got to look at it. And there are going to be times where some of us are going to be up, some of us are going to be down, Some of us are going to go through a trial, a challenge, a disappointment, and we just have to keep riding the wave. Do not fall down on your face because one little thing didn't happen for you. Do not fall down on your face because one devilish person came to test you. Or maybe a whole team of devils came to test you. I've been there too. But guess what? I'm going to keep my faith because I'd rather have faith in me and the God within me and the God that I serve and that source of energy that is beyond my intellectual capacity, that has never forsaken me, that has never let me go, that gives me new gifts and new insight every single day, that heals me, that supports me, that expands my brain, that makes me a bad sister. I got more faith in that energy than I do in some mofo who want to show that they can only operate within a certain set of rules. So the answer is no. Or that mofo who looking at me going, well, let's see what we can do to knock her down off of her high horse because she talking too much love. Or the person she loves is somebody that I know some stuff about and I can't wait till that come out. Or what? All of that. See, because you can't tell God where to place his message. Ooh, you thought you could, huh? The devil thought he could, but you cannot tell God where to place his message. He can decide that his message is going up in a little old person like me, a little old person like you, a big person like the minister, or somebody random walking down the street. He can pop a message right in their head and it can go there. Your life is a message and a testimony, of the presence of God. Look at how successful you are. You're very successful. Even if there are things in your life that you're going through that you don't have or that you want that you don't have, even if you got a nasty boss at work who's always trying to knock you off of your pedestal, even if you got a stinking sisters board at the church who talking about you and talking smack about you, even if you got a relative who's jealous of you and got survivor's jealousy, so they hating on you because you all that, even if you got somebody at the mosque who it seems like when you come in on your high flying disc, they always got to come say something to you to knock you back down or call you in a meeting or hurt your feelings. Even if you in a sorority and you come in, you fly, you got your black and what's the colors? The red and white on or your pink and green on, but the way you put it together, it's just something different about it. What if you come in and then here they are looking like, well, no, you can't really wear that like that, or that ain't the right shade, or what? Man, look, listen. Do not let your faith be rooted in what somebody else got to say. I don't care what power and authority they have over you. I don't care if they're holding something that you want, that you've wanted your entire life. And if you walk up to them and say, hey, I'm ready for it, can I have it? And they say no. Don't you let that negotiate you down off of your vibration, because you're getting it from God. You ain't getting it from them. God has the power to move and manipulate whoever he wants to give his baby whatever he wants to give him or her at that point in time. He have you walk right up in the middle of them devils and have whatever it is you want and walk out. And they won't be able to do anything. He can paralyze them. He can put yes in their mouth when they meant no. You just got to go back to the lab, go back to the drawing board, finish sweeping up inside of yourself and sweeping up around yourself to make sure that everything around you is pristine and clear, and keep going. Don't let nothing that happens take you down. Look for God in everything. If your business has been suffering with customers over the summer, guess what? Sit down right now and get creative. Say, Allah, what can I do better? What can I do differently? How can I move? And anybody that's coming in that ain't part of that high vibrational club, they gotta hit the road. You should have that you know what, you should have that ringtone. Who is it? Ray Charles got that song, Hit the Road, Jack. And don't you come back no more, no more, no more, no more. Put that ringtone on your phone when people call you and they got negative vibration. Hit the road, Jack. They got to go. They got to go. And if you got to be around them because maybe they're family, because maybe it's a boss, maybe it's, the deacon board at the church, maybe they at the mosque, you vibrate up here. Do not let anybody control your access to the high vibration of love that Allah wants you to have. Period. Period. Y'all quiet today because y'all thinking. And if you a spirit killer out there, you better watch yourself. Better check yourself before you wreck yourself. Because if you around here killing people's spirits, if you around here being negative, if you around here being the master of low vibration, where everywhere you go, you so strong in your low vibration that you bring everybody down to you, it's only a matter of time before you get removed. God don't want us living in the matrix. He gave us free will for a reason. He don't want people controlling every move that we make. He doesn't want us losing our creativity. I have a hard time believing that he wants it to be where our children don't even read books anymore. They don't even really learn anymore. They just get programmed. No. How is God going to make himself known if we don't vibrate high enough so that we can receive him within our mind, within our hearts, within our body, so that we can stay healthy, loving, happy, uplifted? How's he going to make himself known? What y'all want him to do? Tear up the whole earth with the weather? Come on, y'all, let's do our part. Let's do our part to crack that atom. All right, y'all. That's what I had on my mind today. That's what I had on my mind today. I've been seeing so much with disappointment and people just run into a safety space. I was talking to a client this week who was going through, she's in the healthcare industry, so she was going through some regulatory stuff just to see what it was going to take for her to break away from her existing contract and move into creating her own space for her own patients and things like that. And I told her, I said, if Allah put in you to be independent and free, then there's a way. You just got to keep hope. That's it. That's why I'm a spiritual gangster. You just got to keep hope. If Allah put in you that it's time to go, then he going to help you. You don't have to force it. Just read through. Girl, do you know we was reading through her stuff? Let me tell you something. Let me lean in close. We was reading through her contract and they didn't even make her sign a non-compete clause. She can roll. And guess what? She can take her patients with her. You see? You don't have to do that. There are people out there who love people like you. There are people out there that want to be around people like you. Stop scraping the bottom of the barrel because you're so addicted to being on the bottom. And this is where we get hypocritical. We scrape the bottom of the barrel in every aspect of our life. We We program ourselves with media that's scraping the bottom of the barrel. We hang out with people at the bottom of the barrel. We think at the bottom of the barrel. We function at the bottom of the barrel, but then we pray like we want high vibrational blessings. That math ain't mathing. See, how you live your life, your lifestyle dictates what comes up out of that high vibration for you. And even if you do get something nice up out of your low vibration, imagine what you could have if you raised your vibration. Change your thoughts. Thoughts are spiritual energy. Okay? Spirit is gangster, y'all. I'm telling y'all. Spirit is God is a serious gangster. When he say he preparing a table, he's so cold. He been preparing a table and you didn't know nothing about it. And guess what? The people around you didn't know nothing about it either. And so then he starts putting desires and stuff up inside of you. And when the desire goes up inside of you, and then you say, well, okay, I guess I'll have the faith to move out on this. I'm a little scared, but okay, let me go. Then you go and it falls right into place. And then you look back and you say, you know what? Had this not happened, this wouldn't happen. Had that not happened, had I not gone to that school, had I not met that person, had I not seen that person, had I not been in this relationship, had I not been denied this opportunity, had this person not tripped down on me. You start seeing all the breadcrumbs and the preparation of the table, and you're like, oh my goodness. And all you can say is Allahu Akbar. Look at that. Look at the table you have prepared. And look at the fact that I didn't know nothing about it. I've been kicking and screaming. And you did not spank me and disappoint me. You didn't throw me away. Disappoint me. You didn't throw me away. You just said, I know my baby don't see the table, but I'm going to be patient with her. I'm going to be patient with him until he sees the table. And guess what? She may not see the table until I give her what she wants. And then when she does, I'm not going to say, now you see, I told your ass. That ain't how God works. The key, here's the key. Takeaway, let's put this in the chat. Love and hope. Love and hope. Then we got to control our thoughts. We got to stay high vibrational. Everything, the music we listen to, the programs we watch, the people we talk to, the places we go, how we train and tune our eyes when we go out into the public. When I step outside, I'm looking at beauty. I'm looking for it. I'm looking for Allah. I'm looking at how beautiful that warm sun feels on me, that gives me that vitamin D that has the ability to heal us, as the Honorable Elijah Muhammad taught us. Boosts our immune system. I'm feeling that. I'm looking at how the grasshoppers are out and the ladybugs are out, and I'm like, oh, okay. I'm looking for Allah in everything, everywhere, the clouds, the smells, everything. And what we say a few weeks ago, when you take one step towards Allah, what happens? He comes at you flying. So if you always looking for him, he's always there. All right, y'all. I'm telling y'all, this is spiritual gangster talk right here. If you ain't ready to be a spiritual gangster, then this probably is not for you. But if you and you know other people that want to be spiritual gangsters, then tell them, come on, join our winner circle, because this is the spiritual gangster circle over here. Get your commemorative Elijah coin hoodie. Use that QR code right there. And when you order, I'm going to gift wrap it really cute for you. I'll give you a sample, a little sample of the Sajdah oud oils. So it'll definitely be worth it. They're $99. And that's because of the crystals and all the labor that went into it. And we got some other cool little free gifts that we're going to stick in there for you as well. So I'm excited. Look, they make great Savior's Day gifts. We got a campaign going where the coins, y'all know we still got almost 700 coins left. You couldn't have told me that y'all wouldn't have bought these coins up by now. Like, y'all crazy. I don't know. I don't know. Anyway, the coins make great Savior's Day gifts. Okay, a piece of the home of the Honorable Elijah Muhammad, a piece of Black history. Yes, yes, and yes. So I'm excited. I hope y'all excited. Keep your vibration high. You got to stay focused. We in a world where people are shooting negative energy, and you can't even hardly watch TV now. You know, most of what I watch is YouTube, where it's programming that I can control. Like, okay, here's a high vibrational conversation. Here's a high conversation. Here's a high level conversation. Oh, let me see what 19 Keys is talking about. His show's called High Level Conversation. Here's something that'll be good fuel for a spiritual gangster. Let me check this out. Learning. I do a lot of learning and studying every day. But if I watch a movie every once in a while, and don't get me wrong, I'm not prudish where I only watch like pristine, frolicking in the tulip type of movies. But I just try not to do it so much where all of a sudden it becomes programming. Movies are very powerful, and platforms can be very, very influential if we use them properly. So when Allah blesses each and every one of us with a platform, let's make sure that we are doing His work, because what you produce, what you put out there, it stays out there and it impacts people a long time to come. And when we are clicking on YouTube and we're clicking around on Instagram and Facebook, and you see people doing some incredulous, negative stuff, ratchet stuff, or just silly, goofy stuff, unconscious stuff, then sometimes you wonder, where's that come from? A lot of it comes from the programming on these shows and movies that people are feeding on every single day. Now, I love me a good gangster series. I love me a good gangster novel. But you got to know how to indulge. You can't indulge thinking that everything is real or it's something. You got to be careful. So what I look at it mathematically, okay? If I've had a day where I've had to really fight off a lot of demons and a lot of negativity and a lot of devils, where I was like all day, then I won't come home and watch a gangster movie, okay? Because now what that means is if I spent 75% of my day in a certain vibrational space, I'm not going to then come home at night and add on the other 25% and make the whole day 100% low vibration. If I had a day where, and I plan it like this, if I have days where, let's say I like watching, like I like the Power series, and let's say I want to watch Power, and let's say it comes on tonight, but I had a rough day today, I won't watch it. I'll wait till the next day. Sometimes I may have to watch 2 episodes because I may go through some challenging things over the course of the next 3 days, and I don't want to do it. Or maybe I got into it with somebody. I try to be careful with that. Okay. I try to go, all right, today's been a good high vibrational day. I can look at this properly. I can look at the artistic side of it. I can find other incentives in it, but you got to manage your energy. And a lot of people will say, well, this don't bother me, or I don't care, but energy is energy. You can't say it don't bother you. It's just the exposure to it. And you want to be mindful. If I was in a position where I had to go somewhere where I was exposed to some negative energy, then I try to make sure that then I come home, or maybe I'm going to a series of events, I find a way to recalibrate myself. So it's all about being very conscious of your energy. If I have a negative conversation with somebody, or if it's something I was trying to do and it didn't work out, or somebody said no, then I make sure that I know that that vibration impacted me. And so then afterwards, instead of wallowing, I will then say, all right, let me recalibrate. And then there's no more conversation about it, because I'm not going to focus on it. I'm not going to think about it. What I'm focused and thinking on is what I want, not what I don't want. And whatever the things are, the steps that I need to do to get and have what I want, I know that God wants me to have it. So those steps are more than likely going to flow relatively easily once I start really thinking properly. It's like if you're looking for something and you can't find it and you're so nervous and rushing, if you just say, you know what, hold on, let me settle down. Where is it? Or sometimes you just say, God, where did I put that? Or God, where you tell me to put that? Or whatever. And then next thing you know, it's right there in your face. Or you lose something, you're like, man, somebody stole my. I was at a event, and this is a funny story. There's this white guy. He's pretty conservative, like, I won't say his name, kind of intellectual type with little glasses. And we were working on a team together. We were at this pretty much all Black event. And as we were cleaning up our area, our table, our display to leave, I picked up his electronic notepad and put it in my bag. And somebody else grabbed his backpack. I guess he must have been over talking or whatever. And he walked up and he said, he didn't say it to me. He said it to somebody else. I heard him say, it's so funny how, I think it's so funny when white people, when they get mad, they go into their Black voice. He said, one of these motherfuckers done stole my shit. And I said, I turned around and it just tickled me to death. And I pulled it out of my bag and I said, Matt, nobody stole your shit. I got your shit. He go, your shit right here. And he was like, oh, okay. I just said his name. But anyway, it was funny. We all laughed about it. He knows that. He said, oh, okay. And he turned right back into a white guy. He was like, oh, wow, thanks. That's great. I just thought it was funny how quickly he went dark and how quickly he went gangster when he came back and saw that his stuff was gone. But like I said, one person had his backpack, I had his notebook, and I said, open it up, make sure it's yours and all that. And then he was cool, but it was hilarious. But yeah, so shout out to him. That was funny. Anyway, Sister Sandra, I see you, sis. She said, Assalamu alaikum, family. Happy Saturday. Peace, love, and blessings. Brother Lamont said you had your spiritual gangster hat on today, sister. Yeah, this is all about spiritual gangster. Y'all see these gangsters out here running for office and owning companies and negotiating with foreign government. These people is gangster. So you better gangster up with your spirituality, because ain't nobody a bigger gangster than God. And when you got God with you, listen, you become a don. Y'all see these gangsters? If you can't see these gangsters right in your face, you blind. These folks is gangsters out here. Get mad, people clean up their act, and next thing you know, they're arresting people. And look, these gangsters not playing. So you better gangster up with that high vibration, because you're gonna have to use a power that is greater than yourself and greater than your own intellectual capacity. You're gonna have to have access to some wisdom and knowledge that is outside of that wisdom and knowledge that these gangsters gave you. Do think about that one for a minute. Y'all see these people out here. Y'all better get busy. All right, family. Love you all very much. Wishing you a very happy Saturday. Wishing you more goodness than you've ever received or imagined. All right. No comments, no questions. I guess y'all thinking I done hit y'all hard today, huh? Okay, family. Love you all very much. What I may do, we're going to be at Sajdah house a little later doing some cleanup work. And I may come out. I'll keep my phone charged, and I may come out and go live while we're doing some cleaning, just so y'all can hang out with us a little bit this afternoon. It'll be on the Sajdah House Instagram. I went live after the show yesterday, so if you want to see that, jump over to the Sajdah House Instagram, and you can see that show, that talk that I did. That was right after um, the show yesterday. All right, family, get y'all sweatshirts, get your sweatshirts, get your sweatshirts. Listen, they make great Savior's Day gifts. Y'all see this blinging over here? It's so cute. I'm not gonna wear it today because we're gonna be cleaning up, and it's a little dusty over there at the house. So I'm gonna put my grubbies on. So when you see me, I won't be I may not be fly and fabulous, but that don't mean my vibration ain't high. Okay, family, love you all. Peace and blessings. May Allah bless you, continue to bless you. You are a winner. You are a spiritual gangster. You are a high vibrational individual. Don't let anybody, don't let any circumstance, don't let anything negotiate you out of your high vibrational lifestyle. All right. And with that, we will see you, inshallah, a little bit later today. Peace and blessings.